Blurry lines between fact and fiction, such as in Netflix's Baby Reindeer, often lead to lawsuits. Based on a true story, 5 little words. When they appear on a television screen, viewers know they are in for a treat. Limited series and movies based on sporting underdogs, horrific crimes, and tales of endurance usually translate to success for streaming giants like Netflix. But the leap from real life to the screen can be messy, and content creators can find themselves in hot water in pursuit of real-life storytelling. This month, a Scottish woman who says she is the real-life Martha filed a $276 million New Zealand dollars lawsuit against Netflix over her alleged portrayal in the hit limited TV series Baby Reindeer. But how often does this actually happen? And in what ways? The case of Fiona Harvey, the woman who says she is the real-life inspiration behind a character in Richard Gadd's Netflix limited series, is complex, says David Rolfe, professor at the University of Sydney Law School, because it leans into the legality of both self-identification and the consequences of internet sleuths. Harvey is seeking US $170 million, 275 million New Zealand dollars in damages from Netflix, claiming she has been harassed by people from all over the world because of the portrayal of her as Martha on the show. Professor Rolfe, one of the leading academic experts in Australia on defamation law, said Gadd was in a unique position because he sought to anonymize the character, yet Harvey came forward, more than likely due to detective work of the chronically online. There is an interesting question of causation there. If you self-identify as the inspiration of the story, can you actually blame the other person for the damage to your reputation? In a statement issued to ABC News, Netflix said it intends to defend this matter vigorously and to stand by Richard Gadd's right to tell his story. Audiences across the world were glued to their screens as they watched the bizarre true story of con artist Anna Delvey, aka Anna Sorokin, unfold in Netflix limited series Inventing Anna. One person was not so impressed. Former Vanity Fair staffer Rachel DeLoach Williams, who was shown on screen abandoning Sorokin before betraying her to authorities, sued Netflix, claiming she was falsely depicted as unethical and greedy in 16 different statements on the show. Williams' attorney Alexander Rufus, Asaxum, said the case stood ground on the basis the show had used Williams' real name. If they, creatives, want to make an unpleasant character, they can't use a real person's name unless everything they say is absolutely gospel, he said in an interview on the Law and Crime Network podcast. Professor Rolfe said that in order to produce a limited series or a feature film, there had to be some artistic license. But people might approach the level of truth that they expect from something that is based on real life to vary from person to person. And that, of course, can create difficulties for content creators and also for the people who are represented in what they produce, he said,